This is Irontrader. It is Monday morning, so it's time to go to work. All right, we're going to take a look here at Bitcoin, at gold, silver, crude oil, natural gas, and we'll take a look here at the old NQ, which is up about $1.63. Nice. This video is for information purposes only, not a recommendation to buy, sign stock by the ETF. Please like, subscribe. Thanks for watching. All right, here we have Bitcoin, daily and your weekly chart. Now you can see here on the old daily chart here, we had this nice big sell-off kind of a situation. We were holding that 50-day really nice, like birds on the old wire. And then this was the tell right here because we put in that lower high and a lower low, and we closed below that 8 in that 50-day. Now last week here, a little different situation. On Monday, there was a sell order of about $1.5 billion worth Bitcoin. Well, that clicks all the stops and that keeps on selling. Then you got $22,000 worth of options that were going on here. But I always say, look for opportunity, opportunity, opportunity. That's the key to trading. Okay. So anyway, we put this lower situation in here. We had like a bear flag, and then boom, down she goes. And then Friday, well, we had this like an indecision kind of day, and then it was a inside day also. Your high and lows inside the previous day. Now look at today; she popped right on up here, got above that 100-day, but now we're right into this 8 and this 21-day, which are always very, very key. So what we're watching here today is going to be right there. This is big time resistance. It's 112,987. Right above that, we have 113,279. That's going to be very, very key. Now, get above that, we come on top of that candle at 113,775, and then we come up here at 114.90. That's your next resistant levels kind of a situation, okay? Then we come up to the bottom of that candle there. You're looking at 114,850 level, but this is the one you're looking for is at 115,165. But you have to get above that 50-day and that 20-day in order to do that, okay? Now, again, if we can get above that level, then we're going to start aiming for the top of these candles right here. You got 117,240 level. We'll come up there, 176.85. Top of that candle, 179,795. And then your big retest up there at 18,295. But let's not get ahead of itself. We got to go one level at a time. Right now, what we're just looking at is this 8-day and the 21-day. We have to get and close back above that. Then we can hit these candles. Now, a lot of times, even when you get above that 8-day and 21-day, you always got to look at the left, because what we can do is this becomes very, very strong resistance then, these top of these two candles, okay? So again, you have to get above that in order to get to that 50 SMA here. But a lot of times you can come up to this area and then you like a double top situation, and then she comes right on down here. So just be a little bit careful kind of a situation. Now, on the downside here, basically what we're watching is this 100-day. This is going to be key. You want to hold that 111,628. Now, obviously, if we lose that, we'll go to today's low, 111,335 level. And then what we do is we work ourselves right over to the bottom of this candle right here. You're looking at 110,480 level, and we come down to the bottom at 109,720. And then we looked here to Friday's low at that 109,270. Then the bottom of that candle, 108,555, and then 107,790 level. Now, here we have the weekly chart. Now, this is a very, very bullish chart, even if it comes down to the 50-day, okay? Low, higher low, and if it came down there, even higher low, okay? So very, very good. Now, Friday, we closed below that 21-day, which was not good, but look and see where we are today, okay? So we're at 111,735, that's a 21-day. But look at this 8-day now, how that curled over, okay? So again, on a weekly basis. So you're going to be playing ping pong action, 111,735, and then 113,783. So we got to see which one's going to win. If we crack above that 8-day, that would be good. Then we can start retesting the top of this candle right here. That is at 118,295 level, all right? But got to hold this key 21-day. That's going to be very key. If not, we come down here to last week's low. That's that 108,555 level. And then we come all the way down to that 107,790 level. And then we can aim for that 50 SMA. Now, you're sitting at 56. So you have like the sideways action. That's not overbought or oversold. The green is below your red, which shows momentum to the downside, which is, pretty obvious off of this double top. But just remember, this is a weekly chart. So by Friday, okay, we really like to hold that 21-day at the minimum, but we like to get over that 8-day, and then we can take that higher, okay, situation. But for today, okay, we have this 48. Okay, that's not overbought, oversold. The green now it was down below it, but now we have a sideways action. But the whole key to the whole situation is right here is this 8-day. You have to get above that 8-day and close above that 21-day. But always watch these two candles right there to the left that you don't have a double top situation and then come for flying back down. Downside, you really got to hold that 100-day. If not, we could come all the way down here. We test that 107,790 level. Okay, so easy way to trade this. IBIT, that's a 1-to-1. That's owned by BlackRock. You can also, do a short key, BITI. And then the one I trade is BITX. That's a 2 times leverage fund if you can handle the old juice. Okay, let's take a look here at gold and silver. Okay, here we have gold, here we have silver. Obviously breaking right on out here again. Okay, 38.49. Okay, so when we're down this area here, what I say yesterday, watch my video. What do I say? As long as you're holding that 8-day, it's going to be sideways to up action. So when you look at this chart, as we broke out of the top of that candle, we ran up and then we consolidated situation. Then we ran up and we consolidated. Then we have a little consolidation there, ran up and then we consolidation, and now we're breaking out again. So I said, look for that 38.50. So it came pretty close here. Yeah, really close. 38.50. Now the next level, obviously, big target is going to be 3,900 and 39.20 here on the gold. Okay, this is all basically rated. I always look at gold and silver almost like a fear factor. Okay, with the government shutdown, this is why this is rallying up kind of a situation. Okay, they see like trouble ahead kind of a situation. That's how I always play it. Okay, so right now what we're looking for, obviously, 39.50 came within 60 cents. Not too bad. And next target you're looking for is 39 flat and then 39.20 if it overshoots it, kind of a situation. Okay. Now, very, very strong on the RSI here. Overbought condition, but that can stay overbought for a while. Green is over red, shows good momentum. So this is all looking good. Now, on the downside, you just want to watch that price channel, that 38.24 level. That was a previous high. And then obviously, if we lose that here, this is what you're looking for is that 8-day at 37.70. We lose that, you're going to come right down here to the 21-day, 36.97, and then we'll look to the bottom of that candle at 36.60. But right now, as long as that 8-day is holding, sideways to up action kind of a situation. So we had that nice good consolidation, ripped up, consolidation now. Now we could have a couple days of ripping up, but watch these price channels. If you look in the past here, okay, you have 2 on the outside and then come on in. 2 on the outside, come right on in kind of a situation. 2 on the outside and then come right on in here. So we can get another day of this. You can take that to that 3,900 level. Very, very easy. Easy way to trade this, GLD. Okay, simple, simple, simple. Right here. SLV, easy way to trade this. Now you can see here, this is just breaking right on out here. Okay, so we have on there, we had a nice good up action, and then we had sideways consolidation. Up action, consolidation, up action, consolidation, and now we have this up action. But now what we're doing is we're outside of that price channel, so obviously it wants to come back in eventually, and we'll hold that towards that 8 SMA. Let that catch up a little bit here. Okay, so 47.41. I was looking for that 40. Obviously, you go look for that 47 level. We hit 47.41. Right now, we're sitting at 47.13 level. Okay, so your next level target, obviously, 47.50, and then you're going to go to that 4,800. But I really think you're going to be working yourself up to that 50 level on the old silver. Now, you're sitting here, we're pushing 80, so you get really, really overbought condition here. Got to get this really, really settled out. Now, again, if they get this government's situations settled down here, you know, these commodities could come off really, really hard also. So always keep that in mind. I don't short gold or silver. I just, when I see them running, I just jump into GLD, into SLV. That's just basically how I, trade it. Okay, green over your red, looking very, very good. But remember, we're all on the very, very top side here. And we're getting outside those price channels. Okay, so we really want to have that 8-day catch up here. Now, on the downside here, we're watching it as 46.94 level. That was Friday's high. We'll look to today's low here at 46.27 level. Then we'll come up top of that candle at 45.50. And then we come to the bottom of this candle right here. You're looking at 44.89. And then we have the 8-day at 44.63. That can be very, very key. We lose it. We come down here, 44.06. A level, and then we always look to the left of the chart here, okay, 43.43, and then we have your 21-day at 42.95. But right now we're just as nosebleed section, so just be very, very careful if you trade this. Make sure that you use stop losses in these two. Okay, let's take a look here now at crude oil and natural gas. All right, here we have the old crude ski. Okay, now you can see here we put this topping tail in here on Friday. See that? Now, as we're moving up, we're holding that nice 61.45. Then this was a really, really good trade. Every day I would trade this UCO kind of situation. Friday was a really good trade, but then I took that trade off for the simple reason it could not hold the top of that candle at that 66.03. Did it pop up above it? Yes, it did. Okay, 64.66, but it could not hold it. Okay, and it couldn't get through that 200-day. Now we got all sticky up here, and that's topping tail situation. Now today we put in a lower high and a lower low. We're right below this 100 SMA here. Okay, so that's going to be, let's take a look at the upside first. Okay, that's going to be resistance, is going to be that 64.78. Okay, now we get above 64.78, you're going to come up here at 65.05. That's your resistant level. We'll come up top of that at 65.34 level. Then we're going to be looking right there at the 65.72. 66.03, and then we'll look for top of sticky here at 66.42, and then 66.83 is your 200 SMA here. Now, downside, we're holding this 50-day so far. That's going to be support 64.35. Then we have that 8-day 63.92, and then we have 63.60. Okay, so you have a lot of good support here. You got the 50-day, 8-day, and 21-day. We lose that, you're going to come down to the bottom of that candle. That's your next level of support, is 63.25 level. And then we can come down to the bottom level, right there, 63.03. Then we come there at 62.20, 61.85. And obviously your big retest here is going to be 61.45. But right now here, top retail, so just be very, very careful of this here. Now, the only way that will negate it is if the price rallies up here and we get above that and we get to go right towards that 200-day. But until right now, just keep that in mind. We have a top retail situation, and that could fly off very, very hard. Okay. Now, 52, that's not overbought or oversold. The green is over your red. This is here just a sideways action. So what I do is I just trade this. Okay. UCO for the long, SCO for the short. Working very, very nicely. Okay. Natgas. Now, Friday. Natgas popped right up here. Wow, let's she's going higher, right into the 100-day. Yeah, remember, contract roll. Okay, so if you're trading like the UNG like I do, it didn't really make any difference, kind of a situation. So just remember that, okay? So you can see where it ran right up into that 100-day. Now today we got like an inside day here with a little top and tail, but we have a green candle here so far. So on the downside, what we're watching is Friday's low. That's going to be key. That's at 3.12 level, okay? Then you can come down to your 21-day at 301. 50-day here at 298. We have your 8-day at 296. But watch the top of this candle also at that 296 lined up here pretty nicely. There's your gap and there's your fill situation. Okay, so contract roll, pop up, then we can always come on down. Now upside, well, watching today's high, 3.22, Friday's high, 3.24. But realistically, this is what you're watching is this 3.26 level. Okay, we crack above that, your big target is right here. 3.48. You crack above that, your big target, boom, right there at 3.62. So let's just give this a benefit of doubt here that we're holding support here so far, but the day just started. Okay, now 59, that's not overbought, oversold. The green is over your red, but these are kind of fickle now here because of that contract roll that jumped up and gives the illusion that this is just rallying up higher, which basically pretty much it is not. Okay, so watch Friday's candle, roughly 25. 3.12 on the bottom. Okay, watch that candle. That's what we're going to be trading against here today. And then we have the upside. We have that 100-day, and then we have your, all the stuff on the downside, 21-day, 50-day, and your 8 SMA here. Okay, two-way trade. UNG for the long, KLD for the short. I haven't been shorting anything. I could have shorted it down here, but I didn't short it down here for the simple reason is this time of the year, natural gas is going to come into play here. And we start getting these cold winters. Now, I know the nights here started getting really cold here. We got down to like 44 degrees here today. So you got to be just a little bit careful. And I'm watching these squirrels, and I'm seeing a massive amount of squirrels gathering up nuts here. I know it sounds crazy. But, anything that give you an edge, that's what we're looking for. All right, let's take a look here at the old NQ. All right, here we have the NQ up about 158 here right now, okay? So you can see here a massive rally all the way on up here, holding that nice 50-day. That is pretty awesome. So we've got a big FOMO thing going on here. But now what we also have here is negative divergence. So not right yet, but we could get in kind of a play situation here. So far we have this high, we have a lower highs, which we have a lower high here. But if we rally up past that, you could possibly have negative divergence. It's not here just yet, but just keep your eye on this RSI. The green is still over your red, so we have this sideways action. Now, we rallied all the way up to 25.27, which when we were down here, I said they want to push it up to 2,500, 25,000, and that's pretty much what they did. Now, the key is going to be retesting this, okay? So we retest it, then we have to see what the reaction is. Do we blow through there and aim for that, 25,100, 200, head all the way up to 26,000? Or, does it reject it and come right back on down? So on the downside, you want to watch right there, 24,799. So let's call it 24.8. That's what you want to watch on that 8-day. And then we look to today's low. Look at 24,721. Right down here, 24,520. Right down there, 24,422. And then we have your key level here, your 21-day and your 50 SMA. Very, very nice. We lose it. You got right here, 23.25 level. And then we have your 100-day right below that at 22,893. But right now, we're just projecting right on up here. So this is actually a trading market. Okay, this is not a buy and hold. This is a trader's market because we don't know how that's going to end. Now, remember, we're still in this time period of the worst times. Now, it really hasn't been, but this year hasn't played out. But the end of August, September, and the first couple of weeks of October are usually the worst for the market. After that, you get that nice, good rally, Santa Claus rally going on up here. But let's just be a little careful. Use stop losses, take profits, and realistically, what you want to do here on the futures, same way with all the indexes, is just watch this number right here, 25.27, and what the reaction is if it gets up there. Do you crack through or just reject it and come right on down? All right, that's what I got for you. I'll be back here midday trading. Take a look at some stocks. Trade what's in front of you, not what you want.